So we'll begin as we arrive here in our bodies by simply noticing. Maybe we notice the breath, noticing the inhales and the exhales. Noticing the coolness of the air as it enters, and the warmth of the air with each exhale. As you notice the quality of your breath, you can notice if there's any areas in the body where the breath resists, catches. And maybe we encourage the breath to fill that space of resistance. Not forcing anything, but simply enveloping that resistance, that tension with the breath. Almost as if each breath is a warm embrace. Allowing that area of the body to be soothed. Bringing in more and more relaxation with each and every breath. And as you continue to breathe, you can notice that around the breath is your body. Those areas of tension, of resistance, of discomfort. And as we go through today's practice, I'll encourage you to simply connect with the intelligence of your body. Knowing that as humans, we tend to rely on the intelligence of the mind. Allowing ourselves to simply focus on the cognitions, the thoughts as they pop up. Well, that's simply one form of intelligence. Along with the thoughts come memories, deep knowings, emotions, sensations, vibrations. And so we can take time to notice how those arise in the body, the different ways in which the body attempts to speak to us. And so as we tap into the body, we can begin to notice the vibrations as they move around in the body, noticing the energy. When you think about every single atom in the body, simply energy moving back and forth. And so we can notice those vibrations in the body. Can notice the air around the body, the vibrations that come along with that. Maybe noticing the difference between the vibrations inside the body and those in the air outside of it. Noticing how the skin acts as a barrier between our inside and our outside world. The largest organ of the body here to protect us. And we may notice that through this protection, the skin ends up receiving scars and calluses. The skin begins to harden, desensitize, making it more difficult for us to fully embrace and notice the experience inside and outside of the body. So we can begin to learn, to practice how to connect with the feeling once again. And whenever we become distracted by the mind, by the thoughts, we can simply notice them. For this too is a way in which the body uses its intelligence to speak to us. But rather than taking every single thought as truth, we notice as they come in, and using other aspects of the body's intelligence to notice how we feel about the thoughts as they come in. Noticing the emotions attached to each thought. Noticing the sensations attached to each thought. Maybe noticing memories, creating a thread from thought to thought, emotion to emotion. Allowing ourselves to connect with the entire system of the body. And we can notice any experiences in the body that feel uncomfortable. And we can open up with curiosity. And we can find ways to allow ourselves to process, to filter through the experiences of the body. Today, we will begin to learn how to do just that. So as you sit there or lie there, you notice the body. We notice the surface beneath us, supporting us. Noticing where the body makes contact with that supports us. And from that place of contact, you can imagine that roots are beginning to develop. Growing from your body, spreading far down into the earth. Creating an entire root system. Allowing this root system to spread as far as it needs, as deep as it needs to feel secure. And noticing how the body feels as it's connected to this root system. Once again, listening to the vibrations, sensations, deep knowings of the body. And allowing that information to guide you, to let you know maybe the roots need to be a little deeper, a little wider. a little thicker. Or maybe we can rein it back a little bit, allowing yourself to make those micro adjustments, listening to the body and what it needs. And as we move up the body, attached to the roots, you notice a thick trunk, strong, stable, creating a base, like a base of a tree. Noticing that trunk allowing you to stand taller, even if just in your mind's eye. And you can notice how thick that trunk needs to be for your body to feel confident, stable, secure, unmoving, unwavering. We notice the width of the trunk, the details of the wood. Notice if there's a little hole or a few areas in which little animals can live. Or maybe it's simply a solid trunk. Knowing that there's no right or wrong. Allowing yourself to explore your trunk. And knowing that the way in which this trunk shows up for you might be different from moment to moment. And again, listening to the vibrations, sensations, deep knowings, memories, thoughts, images as they arise, and using this information to shift your experience if needed. And as we move up the body, we notice that from this trunk are beautiful branches spreading far and wide, reaching up towards the sun, the sky filled with clouds and birds, reaching up for nourishment and nutrients. And as we notice these branches, we notice what's attached to them. Is your tree full of leaves? Are the leaves colorful? Are they bright green? Are you a tree in the dead of winter? Are there nests and birds, squirrels playing around in the branches? Maybe there's a cat there stuck, waiting to be rescued. And as you notice your branches reaching up, again we connect with the intelligence of the body. Listening, watching, observing those vibrations, sensations, deep knowings, images, memories, thoughts as they flow in, not needing to create them, but notice how they create themselves as you simply watch and experience. And with you here, solid in your experience as a tree, maybe we begin to allow any challenging, difficult emotions to flow through you, any challenging, difficult sensations to flow through you, moving from the branches, down the trunk, into the roots, where they can then be recycled into the earth, turned into fertilizer, transformed and transmuted into something beautiful. Maybe with each in-breath, you can imagine the nourishment of the sun allowing you, supporting you as the emotions, images, vibrations, sensations, whatever's coming up, to flow in from the branches, down through the trunk, into the roots, and given back to the earth, where it can be transformed and transmuted with each out-breath, allowing yourself to release it into the earth over and over again. And just following this process, not needing to rush it, not needing to make any of these difficult experiences flow through if they're not quite ready. But if they are, with each in-breath, we allow it to flow through, moving down from the branches, down into the trunk, and breathing out as it's released from the roots into the earth, where it's transmitted and transformed into something beautiful. And as you continue this practice, noticing any positive sensations, vibrations, images, memories, thoughts, emotions. As we allow the more challenging emotions to flow through us, does it allow more space for these more positive ones? As we notice this exchange of energy. And if it ever gets to the point where this feels too challenging, maybe we just allow ourselves to stand tall as a tree, noticing the roots as they spread far and wide, allowing us to feel stable and secure. Maybe we simply notice the trunk, its thickness, its width, allowing us to stand tall and confident. Maybe we notice the branches as they spread out, reaching up for the sun, the moon, the stars, receiving its nourishment, its nutrients. Maybe you notice a breeze as it floats on by, rustling any leaves. And we allow that to be there. Maybe we simply notice. And we notice how the body responds. And allowing allowing ourselves to simply rest here in this experience. And maybe as we do so, we notice how the body responds to the idea of resting, the idea of allowing ourselves to simply be here, the idea of allowing ourselves to be rooted and grounded, standing tall and strong in who we are. For trees do not look at one another, judging one another for existing as they do. For trees do not look at themselves, telling themselves that they are not good enough, that they are not strong enough, grounded enough, that they do not try hard enough to reach for those nourishments, that nutrients. For trees do not judge themselves for looking a certain way, for acting a certain way, for existing a certain way. Trees simply are. They stand tall and strong, finding ways to survive, allowing themselves to go through the seasons, to bear the dead of winter, and in just a few months find the ability to renew, to refresh, to find its way back in spring without even trying, not rushing to get there. For trees know how to listen to the intelligence of their own being, trusting that after winter, spring will come. And trusting that not too long after, winter will be back. And trusting that this is all a part of the cycle of death and rebirth. And trusting that just being here is enough. That without even trying, we are giving nourishment to the world around us. And that without even trying, nourishment will come our way. And trusting that there will always be connection. Even from miles apart, our roots can reach deep and far, spreading wide under the ground where we cannot see, and we can feel that connection. Talking to one another without exchanging words. And maybe we do just that here today, noticing your roots spreading wide and far, noticing the interconnections of your roots and others, maybe noticing that of those in the room right now, and those far away, and feeling that connection. Maybe sending any messages that need to be sent. And I miss you. And I love you. And I'm thinking about you always. And noticing what you receive back. connecting with the intelligence of your body. Once again, noticing the vibrations, the sensations, the images, memories. Not forcing yourself to try to find them, but allowing them to arise on their own. And knowing that it doesn't have to be all of them. Maybe it's one or two or three, and allowing the experience to come together as they choose to. And knowing, trusting that you can always come back here to this space. Maybe you simply connect with the roots in one moment when you're needing a feeling of groundedness, of security. Maybe in others you connect with the trunk that allows you to stand tall in who you are, to feel protected, secure. And maybe with others we connect with our branches, allowing our arms to raise up and spread wide, maybe even in the mind's eye, when we're needing that nourishment, that freedom, the ability to receive. And maybe in others we connect with our entire tree, from the roots to the trunk, all the way up to our branches. And always remembering, without visualizing this, you can still connect to the intelligence of the body, those vibrations, sensations, emotions, images, memories, thoughts, deep knowings as they come in and out of our body, here to show us how we are truly experiencing this existence as the beings we are. But for now, we begin to deepen the breath, gently breathing in through the nose, waking up the body, breathing out through the mouth, allowing the breath to cycle through. Maybe we begin to notice the vibrations inside of the body and those outside of it, connecting with the air in this room. Maybe we notice the gentle breeze. Breathing in and breathing out. Allowing our bodies to wake up in their own time, not forcing anything. Gently waking up, just like your body knows how to do in the morning. As you allow yourself to slowly transition back into this space, noticing how the body feels now, connecting with the intelligence of the body, allowing yourself to reflect on your experience over the past 30 minutes. Maybe taking a moment of gratitude for yourself for taking this time today. to simply be and exist. That's one of the hardest things for us to do. Allowing ourselves to simply be. And so if all you did was just that, trust that that was enough. And whenever you're ready, maybe we begin to gently flutter open the eyes, coming back to this room, coming back to this space, coming back to your bodies. Taking your time to transition.